What's up, everyone? I'm here in the 2015 Lamborghini Huracan today, and I thought it'd be a good opportunity for me to make a vlog for you guys. So I'm here in Malibu right now. Just was eating some lunch and going on a cruise with some other exotics. Oh man, these speed bumps are brutal. It's so nice having lifters on cars like this, but what the plan is for today's video is I'm just gonna do a vlog and kind of like a informal little mini review, just kind of thoughts of the Huracan. I've had a decent amount of time driving the Huracan, so I'm pretty familiar with it. I pushed it a little bit in a mild canyon today for like the first time, so I'm still kind of feeling out the car, like in the turns and stuff, but I do feel comfortable enough with it to where I can, you know, just talk about it, and I think you guys will like it anyway, so we'll have some fun. But like I said, I'm just heading back home right now, so I'm hoping that I can find some twisties on the way back and show you guys what the car can do a little bit through the turns, rather than just taking a straight freeway the whole way back. So we'll see what I can do. I'm not too familiar with this area. But anyway, so a lot of you guys are probably going to be wondering what I'm even doing in this car. Long story. I'll probably talk about it in another video. So, yeah. Gonna be driving. Let's see what this is. Man, it's tough driving around here with all the tourists. Also, really busy area. Breaking necks like all day. Yeah, man, having this lifter has saved me so many times. It's like you can be super careful, but just like these bumps will come out of nowhere. So it's a really good peace of mind. But I gotta tell you guys, like, I love this car. Like, I just love it. Driven the 458 also, which you guys saw in my old like no fly zone half-mile run videos. So if you haven't seen those, you can check it out. It's just me racing the car, like I said, through a half-mile. You can hear all the cars I'm with. Have to roll up the windows, pretty loud. So it's interesting how with these like dual clutch transmissions that you have to remember to keep your car in neutral. So otherwise you're gonna be burning up the clutch. So it's really important that you want to keep the car, you know, in neutral when you're stopped for a long period of time. But there's a cop like right there. It's like really hard to see out of this car though, because I'm, like I said, about 6'4", and my head, you can probably see in the video, is like touching the roof borderline, and the seat's like all the way back. Okay, just gonna have to go for it. Alright, we survived. So now I'll lower the lifter. So right now I'm just in Strata mode, which is like your basic kind of comfort mode. There's Strata, Sport, and Corsa. Corsa is pretty much, you know, your valves are all opened up, traction control is turned off. It's pretty much like full race mode, where Strata is a lot more tame, like I said, more comfort. Sport, you have your traction control halfway off, I believe, and a few other amenities, like I think the valves open and stuff also. I'm telling you, figuring out this car too is just a trip. Hang on a sec. Alright, so I think I found a little nice twisty route to take us on, but like I said, I'm here at the light right now, and I can't even see the traffic lights. I have to look at the lower level ones. So I'm going to put it in sport. The only reason I don't like cruising in sport mode is that it really winds out the car. Like, unnecessarily winds it out. So, but man, it has a great tone. Everything is stock on the car. It has the carbon ceramic brakes, stock wheels and everything. But yeah, the car is just amazing. I love the white leather interior. It's just amazing car. It puts you into gear so fast though when you're in automatic mode. It's unreal when you're in Strata mode. Like, I'll be going like 30 miles per hour in 7th gear at like 1200 RPMs. It's ridiculous how fast this car puts you into a lower gear. So you can hear some of the downshifts right there. The car just like loves to, you know, just be driven, and it's a very just great driver's car. It'd be fantastic on the track, but too bad there's no way that would ever happen, because one, I'm not down to track this car, and secondly, my head would not clear with the helmet. But let's see here, I'll get on a little bit. So yeah, it's pretty fast. I don't remember the exact specs of this car, but I know it's in the 6s, I think, for horsepower, and all-wheel drive. This is the LP670, I want to say. Like I said, I'm not too familiar on the specs and stuff. I just know that it's an awesome car and it's fast. So let's see if I can get ahead some traffic here. That was kind of weird. Didn't shift right away, but all right. Find my way around here. Yeah, beautiful weather out today. It shows being 70 degrees out, nice overcast, just beach weather, just a fantastic day to go out for a drive. But yeah, let's see. I feel bad we kind of pushing this car a little bit today. I've never really, man, that was an abrupt downshift. We just went from 5th gear down to 2nd, so I'm actually going to cruise it in Strata mode for right now, because that was just, man. The sport mode is a little bit uneconomical. Like, for when you're cruising, it's a little annoying in my opinion. Actually, we are in some turns. Put it back in sport. But yeah, sport mode is kind of more for like spirited driving. I don't like to daily drive on sport mode. It just is too much. It's, you know, it winds out the RPMs too much. It's too loud. The shifts are super abrupt and just very harsh compared to the Strata mode. So I really don't, you know, like driving in that when I'm just cruising, but it's great for when you're in the turns or trying to go a little bit faster. So this car is white with a matte clear bra, so it's a matte white now. We have the white leather interior in here. Seats are fantastic, very comfortable, good bolstering. It's not anything crazy, but it's good enough to where I think it would hold you pretty comfortably if you're going through some twisties, which it has proven. Love the dash layout on this car. It's like you're in a fighter jet. It's just phenomenal. The steering is so responsive and just so direct. I love it. I mean, this car it's the first time I'm taking it through like turns, which I think I mentioned in the beginning, and it just is stuck to the ground. Like, I took a few turns going relatively fast, and I was just blown away by how well this car just is planted, and it just is so just direct and crisp. The shifts are crisp. The crackle from the exhaust is just great. We have a guy on our tail on a bike. I think we have some tunnels coming up also, so I'll be sure to roll down the windows if we hit those. See if this guy's gonna let me by. Fortunately, there's some traffic. Alright, so the turnout coming up. We'll see if this guy's gonna be cool and let us go by, because fortunately we're going like 45 miles per hour. So, see if we can open it up a little bit, like I said, and have some fun. Safely though, because like I said, it is around like 1 o'clock, 1:30. Alright. So, gotta be mindful. The shifts are so fast too. It's unreal. It's so just boom, boom, boom. Shifts so quickly. Alright. Yeah, just the cornering is unreal. The steering wheel is incredibly comfortable. The leather wrap is just very smooth, very comfortable. The steering wheel layout is just great. It's nice, thick bolsters, thick steering wheel, which I love. A nice thick steering wheel. It just makes it just feel a lot more comfortable in my hands versus the thinner ones. But man, I'm just going like 60, just, you know, weaving through the canyons, and it's so enjoyable. It's one of these cars where it doesn't need to be driven really fast to be enjoyable. You can drive it, you know, just cruising like normal and still just have a blast and appreciate the car for how amazing of a machine it is. Obviously it's a lot more fun when you're going fast, but you don't have to be flooring it every single way you go or every single place you go. Oh, here's a tunnel. Alright. tunnel sounds. Man, that was glorious. That was insane. I've never been through a tunnel alone in this car. I've always had other traffic with me. They're also doing pulls, so I haven't really heard the car by itself, and that was just incredible. But unfortunately, we're catching up with lots and lots of traffic, so even if I pull off here, I still think that we'll catch them pretty quickly, because this car is really easy to go very fast in. The layout is pretty nice. I like the digital gauges. And it's a little bit tricky to learn the system, I found, when you don't have any guidance and you're just kind of trying to figure it out for yourself. Especially going from a very basic system like in the Evo or whatever. It's just a huge step up. I mean, I'm in a completely different range of car right now, so it feels like how it should. Just all of the interior pieces are just great quality. Just the paint work, just the pieces. It just feels like a Lamborghini. And this is my here's a road, Puma Road. I feel like I should have went on that. Yes, I should have went on that. I maybe still will. Let's see if I can flip around here. Oh my god, these rocks are killing me. Actually, I don't know if I can even turn around here. Yeah, I could have. Man, that's the thing with these canyon roads, is you gotta pick a good one, because they can get really, really rocky fast. So I'm just gonna take my chances here, see how it goes. I'll have to try that Puma Road or whatever it was another time. I think that I had heard Matt Farah mention that road, so that's why I was inclined to try it, but another time. So I'm just taking a long sweeper right now, and I just feel the front end of the car just grabbing in, just pulling its way through. Very well distributed. It feels like it's a little bit more front heavy. Like when I go through turns, I feel like it's pulling more rather than like pushing. But it feels great. It's just a really nice trade-off. And the all-wheel drive system is fantastic, of course. The carbon ceramics will stop on a dime. There's not a lot to complain about here. Man, I could just go on and on about this car all day. And cars like this, everyone always says about it not being a manual transmission. Honestly, I don't know if I'd want a car like this in a manual. It feels so right having it with this dual clutch transmission. It just feels so at home on this Huracan that I wouldn't change anything about it. I mean, having just an insanely fast transmission and the paddles just kind of feels right for me on this car. I also think that obviously if you had a manual transmission, you'd have to change the whole layout of the dash because it would interfere, and I think that just everything is done right about this car. I feel manuals would be great in some cars, but for others you kind of want the dual clutch or something like that. I think this car is one of those. No idea where we're at. Okay. We have looks like a GT3 RS right there, pulled over to the side, I think. Now, I apologize in advance for not being able to do more canyon-y stuff with this car, but there should be a lot more opportunities in the future for me to do so. Like I said, it's just kind of a weird day, and I have lots of studying I need to be doing, so I don't have tons of time to kill. Otherwise, I'd explore a lot more. Yeah, I'll shut up for a little bit and let you guys just listen to the car and just kind of enjoy the exhaust note. Stock exhaust, but still sounds great. Thinking about adding in Lamborghini race exhaust though, just for a little bit added tone. Feels like on the downshifts, my one complaint with the car, I guess, would be the downshifting. It's very crisp and responsive, but depending on your speed and what gear you're going to, it can feel a little clunky and kind of like lunge a little bit. It's not extremely smooth, but it's just kind of normal. But I don't know, it just feels a little clunky. Okay, this is a passing section actually. Not really worth it though. That's the thing with these open public roads is you need to be respectful of other drivers and just understand that, you know, just because they're windy roads, there's still public speed limits and stuff, so you need to be, you know, accounting for other drivers and make them feel comfortable and not run them off the road. So we'll be doing lots of that today. But like I said, I think the only thing I really complain about is the downshifting. It's not as smooth as I think it should be. But man, it's just, the car is amazing. Visibility out the back, you have about a foot, it looks like. It's kind of hard to see out of that really slanted rear windshield, but you know, it's enough. What's nice is I like how the side mirrors are kind of longer, so you get a little bit more visibility with those. But it's definitely a car where I have to be like leaning forward to kind of check my blind spots and stuff, because it is tricky, especially when you're dealing with like traffic and stuff on the freeway or whatever. I've driven this car in bumper to bumper traffic, and it's, yeah, people get in your blind spot really easily because the seats like block the little rear window, the quarter window, and yeah, it just makes it really tough. So you have to really be using your side mirrors and taking advantage of all the space you have with those. Okay, so looks like we're coming up maybe by the freeway soon. I can't even tell. We're just gonna be driving, guys, and hopefully I'll find my way home at some point. We'll see. Alright. So let's go back into automatic mode. See what the gearing does. So right now it has me in 5th gear, 45, 2700, that's about right. Because at one point I feel like the Strata mode is almost, it puts me in too low of an RPM, and I don't really, it feels like it kind of bogs down the motor a little bit. And yeah, it can handle it smoothly, but I just prefer to kind of keep the car at a little bit of a higher RPM myself. It just seems to be more responsive and alive. And I just, whoa. So that was a big dip, and you can hear how fast, that was incredible, how fast the car put me into second. Like, I just braked, and the second I braked, it had me in 2nd gear. That was insane. So, okay, another big dip. This is where the lifter would come in handy. And see, that downshift was a little harsh. That's okay. Alright, yeah, so we're coming on the freeway. Why are we stopped? Why are we stopped? Okay. People drive like crazy over here. And we're going 20 miles per hour to enter the freeway, following a minivan. So that's always fun. Get a little acceleration, hopping onto the freeway maybe. This guy's going so slow. I'm going 25. 25 miles per hour getting onto the freeway. That was, man, that shift wasn't as responsive as I had hoped. So I'm going to go ahead and throw it back in Strata mode, put it in automatic, and cruise, because like I said, sport mode on the freeway isn't as big of a deal, but I just prefer the more conservative nature of Strata mode when I'm just cruising. That was interesting how I went to shift and it wasn't letting me. We have a WRX behind us. Okay. So yeah, you know, cruising on the freeway, the car is really smooth, comfortable. Just really a smooth ride. Just feels like I'm driving an everyday car. It's stiff, but it's not like too stiff to the point where I'm not enjoying it. It's a really great all-around car, I gotta say. It really is. Lots of traffic. But yeah, man, this car is just an amazing, amazing car. And the matte white looks so good on it. I'll have to try to include some pictures at the end of the video if I can think about it. I was going to be taking out the GT4 today because I know you guys want GT4 footage, but I figured you guys would like to see the Huracan instead, so I took this one out. But yeah, man, love driving this car. Such a pleasure. Probably my favorite car to drive. I love the 458, but it's just the Huracan has a more young race car kind of feel to it than the Ferrari does. Well, the Ferrari is amazing, don't get me wrong. I feel like the Lamborghini is just a little bit more, you know, like racing oriented, if that makes sense. So I don't know, but that's just kind of my personal preference on it. Let's see, is the AC blowing or is that just vent? One thing is like learning all the controls of the AC and stuff is kind of tough. Especially like when you're always on the go, like you have to sit here and figure out all the controls. But man, I lost my group because we hit traffic leaving that parking center. But man, so yeah, guys, I'm just cruising right now. Like I said, nothing really too exciting. I think I might just end the video here. But I might add a little bit more to the end of it, we'll see. But I think for now I'm just going to call it good. So I hope you all enjoyed it. I really enjoyed driving this car all day today. And like I said, I made sure to bring the GoPro along to get a little bit of footage for you guys. So I hope you enjoyed. Like I said, next time I'll have to go through a more windy canyon road and really see what this car can do. Push it a little bit more. But, you know, this car is just so enjoyable, and it just does everything that it's meant to so well that it's just amazing. So, alright guys, I hope you enjoyed. See you on the next video.